go explore.
Okay.
So, well, go as much as you can while doing something. Gonna go over to Noct.
Mm-hmm.
Noct, sorry.
Snocked, yeah.
But along the way, he's going to fire an arrow at this dude. Sorry, my computer's
Which
been
one?
grading assignments, and my computer's been a little bit fucked up recently because I had to load every single one of their assignments.
This guy? Oh, you're
This
gonna
guy.
shoot at the archer as he leaves. Okay, yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Fire away.
Yeah. Sorry, computer's a little fucky right now.
MVP Dane, I'm ready.
As a legendary action.
You hit, dealing 1 damage, and I must make a Constitution saving throw. Passes.
You're unlucky. I would have ignored you then.
So it is Snock's turn.
Snocked, being the new slithery lizard he is, will turn around and slide his bum over here before trying to take a bite out of this captain, this colorful man.
He is quite colorful. A true hit. Dealing a decent amount of damage.
Wait, where'd Nocto?
He's over here now. I'm over here now.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you don't have dark vision.
No, for some reason, like certain things are like on different layers for me. And it's weird.
Oh, is Roll20 fucked up? I think. How do we fix that last time? It's something to do with like the browser you're using, I think.
Are you using Chrome, or I told you to stop using Chrome, didn't I?
Yeah, I've been using Firefox.
Okay.
I use Chrome.
I use Chrome every time.
Oh no,
his Chrome is infected.
Yeah, my Chrome got infected with a virus, and now I've been using Firefox ever since. So yeah.
I used to use Firefox until it gave me problems with Roll20. So
see, I used to use Chrome and it was great until I got infected. Now I use Firefox because
I would walk him through how to delete him from the registry.
I remember,
but I don't trust him enough to delete correctly from the registry. Sorry, don't mean that dickishly.
Oh no, I don't fucking trust myself with that shit. Fuck no.
Amazing.
Yeah, so I just told him stop using the browser.
Yeah, fair. So that makes it the scout's turn, I think.
Sure.
So 2 of them have to roll dexterity saving throws or become restrained. Let's. Oop. Okay. So that is, I think, 1 failure, right? It was
15.
DC 15. Yeah. So the first one fails and is restrained. And the second one, however, is not restrained and is going to take a shot at Noct being the only target that it can see currently. It gets 2 attacks, which I realize I didn't use last time, but whatever, it's fine. So then other scouts, Jericho, this one, he's gonna take the disengage action and try and get away from you.
Oh boy. And
which,
explode.
yeah. So what does it look like when your booming blade kills someone? I don't think that's ever a thing that's occurred before.
No, it isn't. Yeah, despite the fact that it's called booming blade, it's more of a subwoofer kind of very deep bass ripple. It's a sound that's more felt than heard.
Sure.
So he tries to step away, and there's just that tremor in the air that people can feel as there's a kind of brief electrical flash, and I think he just crumples.
Yeah, just like all his organs are liquefied, right?
Possibly not that brutal, but
okay,
could
sorry.
be.
Maybe.
Blood comes out of his eyes. His eyes don't.
Right, yeah. His organs are liquefied. Maybe.
Hannibal can dissect him later and find out.
Don't worry, I got this.
Morella, this scout, seeing that they're backed into the corner, pulls out a short sword and is going to swing it at you twice because it doesn't really have a whole lot of room to like get away.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah, no.
Missing both times. You easily just dodge and deflect. So that brings us to the 2 against Daniela. They outnumber her, so I think they're also going to pull out their short swords and begin attacking. So 4 attacks against Daniela.
Where is Daniela? I can't see her
Second
anymore.
one hits. She's over here.
Where? Oh, okay, yeah, she's gone.
Wait, are you using the advanced dynamic lighting, Jordan?
Yes, I am.
It might be because you're using different floors, like different elevations, that it might.
You can't. You still can't do elevations.
Huh.
That's still
That's
not a
fine.
thing that works.
Hmm.
God, I fucking wish I could do elevations. Holy cow,
Yeah,
I wish I could
pretty
do
great.
elevations. I've been
Yeah.
wanting elevations and windows forever.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's the only thing I've ever wanted in Dynamic. So she takes a little bit of damage. Not too terrible much. There is one guy over here, though, and Hannibal, you are, like, the only thing not engaged right now. And
This
also,
guy?
yeah, this guy over here that
You mean
Bane
the
shot.
guy that scared the shit out of?
Yeah, and in addition to that, you are like target numero uno because you blasted away his friend, so he's scared. So he's gonna shoot twice at you.
Does he have disadvantage because he's scared?
No, he does not have disadvantage, but it doesn't matter anyway. He literally just
He hits one, which just angers me.
12 hits you. Holy shit! You have really low AC.
Which, well, I'm a fucking warlock. What do you want?
It's true.
And I'm a blasty warlock, not a slashy
Right.
warlock.
So the only time I've ever played warlock is I played Pact of the Blade, so I had like
Yep.
armor and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Which by the
I
way,
have
that's
armor
the
too. I just don't have dex.
that's the one thing I
Wait.
didn't talk about with Xanthar.
Wait, hold on.
Xanthar's-
I heard this correctly, right? You've played before, Jordan? You're
Yeah.
not just a TM.
Yeah, absolutely. I played for like
He's-
a year or something like that.
I also
really
know him as
amazing game.
Kiyoshi.
It's true. It's true.
I meant for like 5e.
Yeah.
I didn't realize.
Yeah.
You
I
played
started as a
5e.
GM. I found a game for about a year as a player, and then when that game, well, the GM was amazing GM, but he also was. Listen, here's the thing. He sent me a message one time because he was upset that during one of our off weeks, scheduled off week, I offered to run a game for everyone else. He was upset by that. So it was at that point that I started distancing myself because that doesn't sound like a recipe for fun to me.
It sounds like he has a superiority complex. or
Oh yeah,
something like
absolutely.
Man,
I mean,
Jordan,
like-
where was this? Where's this initiative during L5R?
I know, right? So
that.
so
Oh jeez.
That
yeah,
apparently
I
tickled
played a ranger, a druid, in which I was very much in love with, a bard for about 2 sessions until I died, and
Jesus.
yeah, it was a brutal game. It was also one of those games where you had to restart at 1 no matter what. So that was
God,
Oh
those
my.
suck.
yeah, it
So,
was
like,
also brutal. Well, to be fair, the rest of the party never really made it past 5, so it like wasn't that bad. It wasn't like too terrible, but yeah. Anyway.
But
I
it
always
sounds like
hate
he
that.
made. It sounds like he made like encounters like either hard or deadly
He
every.
he made
encounter,
him
and
he
it
made
did
him
multiple encounters.
very hard and deadly. Yes, yeah.
Well, I
Yeah,
always
and then
say
made
that
him do multiple encounters like per long rest, which you shouldn't do. It's just not in the game design.
I just don't like the thought of never being able to progress beyond a certain point because you just keep on dying.
hmm
Because that just feels like when you're, I don't know, when you're either playing Mario or like Crash
You
Bandicoot
feel
or
detached
something.
characters.
and you
You're just
just
like, oh,
can't-
this is a meat grinder.
I was thinking more like when you're playing that video game, then you just can't get past that level.
Oh,
and
yeah.
like, the kind of game where you have to restart after a certain amount of lives.
Yep.
So you play up to that point, then you just can't get fucking past it.
But anyways, sorry for.
Motherfucking
fine.
windy.
Kree, roll a perception check, please.
Rolling.
Perfect.
Much
So
better.
you hear chains still rattling from this direction, but you also begin to see the glow, almost of like dying embers in a campfire, begin to like almost like come down from the end of the hallway. You can tell that there's a hallway in this direction. Hannibal, it's your turn.
So move my hex over to this captain.
The one that's fighting Kree.
Yeah. And I'm move the hex over.
Yep.
And give him disadvantage on strength.
Right, sounds
And then just gonna
good. Blast away.
Wakata, wakata.
All right. So he for that
14.
first attack. Actually, hold on. I actually. Yeah, totally can. So that first attack, he brings up his shield and deflects it away, by increasing his AC temporarily for one attack.
Mm-hmm.
But in doing so, leaves himself open for the next 2 attacks to smash
which
into
is
him.
27 damage, blasting him back 20 feet.
Yep, minus 27 feet. Oh, it's probably
If this is an elevated thing right here.
yeah, it's probably there, right? So he tumbles and then like lands on his feet and comes kind of sliding to a halt, right there. But he's removed over there now.
Then I'm going to move to right here.
Okay.
Just a real quick sanity check. Him being pushed out of my attack range by Eldritch Blast does not give me an attack bump.
Does not, correct.
Okay. It does not.
Forced movement does not trigger opportunity attacks.
Otherwise, those spells would be completely busted.
Yeah, be pretty broken. You just set up the gauntlet. You put each person exactly 10 feet away from each other, and then you just Eldritch Blast him down the line.
My reason was that
and then you also start playing with like reaction characters that just benefit much more greatly off reactions and
Yeah. So
like
I think there's only one of these guys left, and I think it's fighting you, Kree. So he's gonna take a swingy at you with his spear.
Okay.
Missing completely. Yes. Not a big deal. So it's Monk's turn. So the cool thing about the monk is he actually gets 40 feet of movement because he's awesome like that. So he gets over here and he's going to begin punching this guy. So let's do our 3 punches.
Wakata, yapa, wacha.
Oh, beautiful. So the first one he's going to try and knock him prone. And let's see out Dex to be. Yeah, he's knocked prone, so the other 2 have advantage, which doesn't matter, but that's what he would have done. And then I think that. How much damage is this? Does he just kill him? Hold on.
That's 11, 15,
31.
16, 31.
He does. In fact, he has 31 health because Dane shot him.
Oh!
Literally, he would technically not have died if Dane hadn't shot him that one time.
Dane MVP.
Yeah, so he runs up, he gut punches him, he uppercuts him, and then he just like spinning kicks him into the supplies and just knocks him out completely.
That he doesn't notice, but that last spinning kick actually hits the arrow that Dane shot.
It like punctures it into his heart. Yeah, absolutely. It's 100% canon what happened. Morella, you have a target.
Yeah, it's unfortunate for this man. It
is,
really is.
It is pretty unfortunate for him.
So, boop. And boop. So, if he can beat a 20,
he might be able to.
I mean, it's a 20.
He could match a 20. He can't beat it. So, okay. So he gets knocked down.
And weapon attacks at advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Hey.
That's 19 damage.
He's still alive. He's still alive. He is no longer living.
That's what is it?
We are beating.
That's almost 40 damage. That's almost 40 damage.
Yeah, dude, you guys are level 12, man. You guys are legitimate badasses at this point. These are literal mooks that you can just like kind of tear through. It just takes time.
And I'm just gonna run over here because I got like 60 feet of movement.
You just vault the bench.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Hurdle it. Cool. Jericho. So
I haven't even done anything special yet. I just been slaughtering people.
Yeah. So you see that Noct is like bleeding like all over the place at this point.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I'm a little worried about getting close enough to Noct to intervene in that in any way. But...
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
little puddles in the ground where rock used to be.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, no. Jericho's gonna dart in here.
Another booming
Shank
blades.
that one.
Ah, absolutely. That is a nailing, taking 16, and then if moving, taking
And then
9.
another 9, yeah. And then dart over here to catch up with Silney.
Okay, are you gonna take the attack of opportunity?
No, thanks to the mobile feat, I'm not.
Ah, okay, fantastic.
So he just ends up on the stairs. So, how are you?
She's like kind of like crouched down, like peeking around, and she just kind of like nods. Just like looks for another opportunity to do something.
Fair enough.
Kree, it is your turn.
So Kree is going to hit this little dude.
Mm-hmm.
As he does. And he's
that is
make
enough.
his way...
Enough to take him out.
Serious?
Yep.
Amazed at his own talent with the longsword, Kree is gonna make his way around closer to the glowing fires he sees down the hallway.
Okay.
Yep.
Is that it for your turn?
Yes.
All right. So I gotta make a dex save.
Wait a second. Totally forgot. Noct is gonna take a bite as well.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Dealing 17, not quite taking the guy out, but very close. Let me make this dex save for this guy. Passes. Cool. So he's gonna be able to do whatever he wants, and I think that what he wants to do,
I don't even see this guy.
and it might seem a little bit normal, but I think that he is going to fireball Noct.
A fireball Noct at the expense of this dude?
Yeah, dude, have you seen what's going on right now? He doesn't care. He just needs to kill that giant lizard thing, man.
Not appreciated.
Hey man, that guardsman has a shield. He could totally do what I just did, you know, and
sure, he might be able to.
Everybody's equal.
Hey,
I mean, not really. I'm a master of the shield and spirit.
That's some way better damage. I rolled 6 6s.
It's fine. Noct is fine.
So Jericho, I also have bad news.
Good God, man.
Also, Dane, I have bad news. Also, Hannibal, I have bad news.
Oh no.
I am fine, like in terms of when it comes to fire damage.
Oh, well, Silney's around the corner. I will grant Silney reprieve. She is around the corner complete.
Could Dane also get reprieve considering the fact that he's flying around and shit?
No. Dane is only 15 feet away. Even if he's at the top of his range box, he's still within range.
Okay, well, Dane dies just immediately.
Yeah, Dane just winks out of existence. Yes.
You didn't want to. No one can throw a counter spell on that.
I can't see him.
So does this guy.
Fair enough. Oh.
Ooh.
Okay, I'm gonna roll real quick.
Yeah, Jericho, that hurts.
Dexterity?
It is dexterity, yes, to basically.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. What's up?
Okay. So Noct is totally fine. He doesn't take any damage.
19.
Just slithers away.
What?
Yeah. Mounted combatant.
Yeah, mounted combatant means he takes doesn't take damage.
But that's if you're on it, right?
Nope.
Half of 19 would be considered 9, right?
What?
Yes, always round down.
So I took 9 damage from that.
Yeah, not bad. Jericho, on the other hand.
How does Jericho takes the full blast of it? So he charges over here, looks to Celine like, so how's it going over here? She carefully looks out, like
Yeah.
checking out the room behind him, and then ducks, I think, back out of sight in time to not
Yeah.
get caught.
Her
You
see her eyes widen, and she like dodges back behind the wall, and then just like fire washes over you, Jericho.
Yeah, that.
Man, that
Again,
was a
Hannibal.
fireball roll.
I love the fact that Hannibal, I think he took he only took 4 more damage from that than he did the other one.
Thanks.
Yeah, Brian. It's when you're mounted. The feat specifically states when you are mounted.
It might. That
While
sounds,
you are
that sounds
mounted and
possible.
aren't incapacitated, you gain the following benefits.
Oh, there you go. So he does take more damage. He'll take half, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
he still passes, so he only takes half. So
Yeah,
19.
It's only 19 damage.
yeah, I mean, Nox got like what, 180 or something like that.
Nox
He's
Nox
not
not
doing
looking
well.
so hot right now, to be fair.
Well, I mean, he should have get shot with arrows.
So yeah, I
Arrows
think that when that happens, this guy is incinerated. He didn't even have that much health left. Dane winks out of existence. Goodbye. And Noct like in agony is like burning alive. So there's that weird smell of like burning chemical burn. Also, thank you, chat, for the 0.01286% chance. Appreciate that.
Or for what?
For the amount of 6s that I rolled on that fireball.
6 fucking 6s.
6 6s on 8d6.
86, yeah.
666 number.
Yeah. So that brings us as Jericho and Noct are bathed in the fire of the not so righteous. We go back out to the righteous, fighting outside. You're welcome for that. I'll take applause at any point now.
You won't get it, so.
And
Alright,
thank you.
fucking prove me wrong.
Appreciate it.
Any chance
So-
I can, I will.
Instead of attacking in this turn, your sister is going to do something. There is space. So I think that. So you see her as you like begin to recover. She pulls up her flamberge, and she runs a hand over it, and the shadows begin to take more form than they have previously. They have now like these little tendrils that are sticking off of them. And as she runs her hand along the entire length of the blade, she kind of observes it, and with her handiwork, nods, and then she addresses you again, and she's going to take she probably in this moment does she take? I think she takes the dodge action. So she stands in like a more defensive posture. Her wings are tucked in tight around her to provide like a barrier. And her sword is kind of like resting on her arm in a very martial stance, in fact. It's probably actually quite strange to see her, this daemonette or / evil angel, whatever you want to call her, in this like martial fighting stance she has. So that is it for her. So Silny looks at you, Jericho, and what does she say to you? Yeah, so she probably goes in Elvish. She probably says, "There was fire."
Yeah, I think Jericho is too busy desperately trying to catch the breath that has just been cooked out of him to properly respond to that.
Yeah. So I think that in response to another wizard in the area, what is she gonna do?
How long does that web last?
It's concentration, and it lasts for 1 hour.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. Lasts for 1 hour. It is pretty good. She gets it because she's a underground elf. I won't say dark elf because then that would imply many things.
It's just a stereotype, man.
I think she's gonna walk out here. She's gonna get vision on that caster. And then she's going to cast. You see her begin to mutter words, and the spell she decides to use, Stow Curse. So she mutters a few words. She points her finger directly at the caster, and then draws the finger to her throat and slashes it across in a quick, like, singular motion.
That's a touch spell.
Oh, you're right. The Stow Curse is a touch spell. I apologize. Never mind. I thought it was ranged.
Unfortunately.
It was ranged. Okay, well then she'll use this instead.
I know that for a fact because I consider taking it.
That's fine. She's gonna use this instead.
Ooh, much scarier.
Oh, that'll kill him if he fails. Oh God, I'm in love.
So her blight is, oh Jesus, he's actually just dead. He actually just becomes a desiccated corpse on the ground. So what happens is from like the sleeve of her robe, these what look like gnats fly outward. And they're green, and they kind of glow almost like fireflies, but if they were like illuminated all the time. And they swarm in there, and they cover the body of this mage. And you hear the scream, and then you hear a gurgle, and then they kind of vanish into wispy smoke. And after she does so, she retreats back to her hiding hole. And as she does, Jericho, she probably like pats you on the back where all of your burns are, and says, "He's dead."
Well done. Excellent team spirit.
So, moving along. So the one guy that's trapped over here in the web, he's going to roll a strength saving throw to try and break free and be able to do stuff this turn. That's a yes. Okay, cool. So then he's going to run out here. He's going to engage Noct. Although, I think that takes an action. So he just runs out there and becomes entangled with Noct. However, Kree.
Yes.
I'm going to roll a perception check. Okay?
Yes.
Perfect. So, as he was like kind of scattered over here, you see him, he turns around. And then he turns back around. And he runs. You can take an attack of opportunity if you...
Wait.
So your attack misses. Jericho, he gets all the way up to you and then like tries to like sidestep you. And he's just like running away.
Kill him. My hex is on him.
Well, that's as far as he can go in the turn. So while you ponder what he might be involved with, Aelin, you are outside now.
Yeah, so staring at what she just does not understand to be her sister at the current moment.
Uh-huh.
I think Aelin assumes a similar posture, standing on the shore. And I think she addresses her and just says, "You're right, sister. I do not understand what you have become. So why don't you enlighten me?" And then over her, I cast.
Ooh, cool. So you cast a sphere of light directly over top of her, and so it just illuminates everything. And I think that there's the tropey reaction of like
vampire in light.
Yeah, exactly. There's like the hand over face and like the hissing slightly. And you can see that the shadow is like beaten back. The shadow that surrounds her typically is beaten back and replaced by your light. But like instead of being dissipated, it seems to like settle on her skin, almost like a protective barrier. So now she almost looks as if she is covered in shadow. So the only thing that is like very clear is her eyes. And let me change this to perhaps a bright yellow color.
Yes.
And also here I can even do more effects. Are you ready? I can even tint her black. It doesn't.
You know what? It's there for immersion. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
We just have to understand it. So yeah.
But then as a bonus, I'm also gonna do this just like real quick.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. You seem to be so. Roll an insight check for me. No, roll a medicine check for me. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that'll do it.
I think she fails.
So you notice that even though she like beat you down and then you like kind of healed yourself back up, she appears injured. And you haven't really struck a blow besides the guiding light. And that's all the information you get on that for now. Perhaps you should pursue that or not. Could also just kill each other. Totally fine too.
That's not totally fine, but it's
So Daniela, seeing you come up, Morella, and assist her, is going to turn her attention to the one that is to the north, and hopefully slay him with impunity. Nope, that actually doesn't hit. It blocks. Oh no, it actually doesn't hit because that one does, but is not enough damage to kill him. So they're locked, kind of short sword to great sword, and he's like being pushed back because Danielle is just a beast. But he's not out for the count yet. Which brings us to Snocht. Snocht has a target.
He has a target, but he's not feeling the greatest at the moment. So
could you imagine if all that damage was on somebody besides Noct?
He's just gonna, tuck around this wall and kind of rake around with his claw.
Okay, yeah. You're still in base contact, so totally fine. He's doing the cat thing, where he's like batting at it around the corner.
Yep.
Yeah, totally.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Still like knock.
A
Doing
16 is not enough to hit this guy though.
Wow.
He definitely like holds his shield firm and uses the wall so you don't get enough leverage to deal any significant damage to him.
Well, Snocht is much happier over here now, so that's okay.
Fair. So it's scouts, and I think the only... Oh, wait, there's these two guys. So one of these guys needs to break out. The other one is totally free.
But they started to turn in there.
True. So he doesn't have to roll again. That is a good point. So there we go. So the one that's breaking out, totally fine. The one that's free, totally fine.
What the fuck?
That's what you get for saying something, Jackson. You do know that, right?
I don't claim responsibility for anything.
Also, Hannibal, you're the only viable target for this guy.
Suck a dick!
He's gonna shoot a couple arrows at you.
No big deal. Just dodge him.
Hit.
Just like wrenches.
Fuck it. I'm gonna go ahead and use it because I'm about to get volleyed. Misty step out of there on the first one.
Okay, alright, so you're gonna dodge the second one by Misty stepping to a different location.
Yeah.
Okay.
To right here, because I want to keep that guy in view because I need to get my hex off.
Okay, yeah, and you're invisible, so he can't see you, so
yeah.
You can dodge the secondary 8 damage. So, over here, Morella, this one turns to address you in combat. So 2 attacks at you and 2 attacks at Daniela with the short sword.
Okay.
You first.
Okay. Both misses.
Both misses. And then Daniela. Both hits.
See, those would have hit me.
Daniela takes another round of blows, and probably like lets out a little yelp of pain as her knee gets taken out, like kicked in or whatever. Because the scouts are like way more dexterous than her in her heavy armor. However, there are other concerns to be had, I think. So, Creed, did you see the light increase over here? You should have.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I can too.
Hannibal, it's your turn.
Great. One Eldritch Blast. I'm gonna, as much as I can, to kill this guy, and then the rest is gonna be on that fucker that just shot me.
Okay. You might need all three of them to kill this guy. He's not very injured.
Okay. Shit,
Yeah. Well, Kree was killing this guy instead, so.
I'm also invisible, so.
You get advantage on the first one. Yep, for sure.
Crack-a-lack.
Oh wow, you rolled exactly enough. Literally right on the money. So Jericho, like, this guy just like appears around the corner and you're like still like putting out flames on your clothes, and you just like you have that moment where like he's wide-eyed, like running in terror, and then all of a sudden and he just like collapses into the supplies across from you as Hannibal, like, I don't know, blows off his finger guns or whatever.
Yeah, alright.
Thank you.
And as a bonus action, you know what? After seeing the light increase, am I aware the light?
Roll a perception check. You haven't gotten to roll yet, so that's totally fair. You can roll.
Yeah, I'm over here for the first time, so.
Yeah.
I don't want to meta this. 14.
Yeah, so Hannibal, your back is warm.
I turn around and then I'm going to.
Yeah, and you see that there's like the burning coal ember light like moving towards the end of this hallway, and you can hear like faint chains rattling.
I'm going to move to right. If I'm right here, the archers can't hit me, right?
Right. Yeah, you're on the other side. It's totally fair.
Yeah. So I'm gonna press my back against there and be ready.
Do you and Kree have a moment?
Yeah, I think we kind of look at each other, and then I just lift my arms up, getting ready.
Sure.
What do you do, Kree?
Shield is brought up, and I am staring at this hallway.
In that case, I'm gonna get closer to Kree because he seems like he might be able to shield me.
Yeah, from whatever this may be.
Like maybe a hand on his shoulder, I have an arm forward, and he's got his shield out.
Yeah. So Mr. Monk is going to leap on top of this barrel because he's a monk and that's what he does. He's going to attack Daniela's target with his first attack at least. Fires more. That's a hit. I'm going to try and knock him prone. I need a strength saving throw from. Nope, it's fail. So he is prone, which means the next attack gets advantage. Okay, I don't know. Okay, and then one more attack with advantage.
What the fuck?
So he does end up knocking the man unconscious, just like ground pounding him.
God, that was brutal.
That was pretty brutal.
Just 3 punches to the face.
The weird thing about the NPC monk that they give you, because it's just default, right? Because I didn't care to make him special or anything. You get to do one of those things like every turn. Like there's no key or anything, just because you're not anticipated to be going through like multiple encounters with an NPC. So
yeah, so this guy seems like he'd be very powerful in a long run.
Yeah, he's pretty good. But that brings it to Morella to finish off the final scout, perhaps.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the whole shield bashing jaunt. So boop. And beat a 23. If you can.
I cannot, so he's not prone.
Okay, well, yeah, he's getting stabbed a few times with advantage.
He's ready for the stabbing.
Well, it hits, right?
It does hit. It does hit. Couple more of those, maybe. That's a good one. You got one more in you?
For minimum damage again.
Okay, minimum damage is enough to kill him.
Okay.
So you stab away at him as he's on the ground, ripping your spear out at the last moment, right as the monk probably like is done roundhouse kicking the other guy to the face.
So I noticed these two, like they appear to be staring off in this.
Roll an insight check for me. Let's see if like you can judge like
discern.
Yeah, maybe there's a guy behind this pillar you can't see, right? Like let's see if you can tell what maybe they may be looking at.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's an amazing roll for me.
Yeah, no, I think you see Kree like tightening the shield and looking intently, and you see Hannibal like rolling up the sleeves, right? And like holding his hands out ready to cast spells. So yeah, they're preparing, and they're not urgent, so there's nothing like right in front of them, so they're preparing for something. So yeah, you can run over there and assume the worst.
So what I want to do is walk over here.
Yeah. So as you drop down from the ledge, a wave of you don't even need to roll. A wave of heat kind of like blasts you in the face, so, like that feeling like when you open an oven, and it just kind of like washes over you. And it's very clearly coming from this hallway.
Okay. Would I be? I don't think I'd be able to see these two individuals, correct? On the other side.
No, because this is a raised platform right here,
and I wouldn't have been able to see when I jumped down, correct?
I mean, yeah, if you were looking over there, I mean, maybe you might have been able to see that there was people there, but also there's like Noct and a bunch of other things going on over there.
Yeah. Okay. Then yeah. Well, I can't really do anything else unless I want to burn things, but I don't want to burn things yet. So yeah, I'm good.
All right. Let's see who is closest. Jericho. You're pretty far away, but can you roll a perception check for me?
Sure.
No.
Maybe, depending on his roll. That might be my answer. Okay. You hear the creaking of metal. Like maybe it's being like drug across the ground. It is coming from this direction. Into the room. Maybe it's like metal being dragged across ground, or maybe it's metal being like bent, or maybe it's metal being strained, like chains being strained or something.
Okay.
Those are kind of like a combo sound-a-roni there that you're picking up on. But you're not sure what it is.
Okay, fair enough.
But it is your turn, so.
Yeah, well, I think under the circumstances, Jericho is just going to take a moment to heal himself.
I could do some healing too.
I don't know if you've seen Jericho lately. He's hurt team.
I was making
Oh, you could use some healing. I thought you said you could do some healing. I was like, that's not true.
Well, I can if you got 10 minutes. You got 10 minutes?
Not at the moment, no. Yeah, I guess I'll use a second level slot for this.
No, I don't. Never mind. I can make you horny.
Rubbish.
Wow, that's rough, man.
Oh god.
That's a rough roll.
Did that actually roll 2 dice?
Yeah, it rolled a 1 and a 5. And then I assume that you have +4 on your.
Now he's got +5.
No, you rolled a 1 and a 3.
Oh, 1 and a 3. Sorry, it's at the end. Yeah, it's a 1 and a 3 is what you rolled. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Well, 9 health. That's something.
Hey, it might be the difference between life and death. It has been many times.
Always.
We'll see.
Never doubt the ability of a heal, unless you just outdo the other person, and then you start doubting.
He's quick enough though that he will dart over here and see what he can see down that way. Okay. Good to know.
These guys appear to be struggling with the
web.
webs, yeah, quite
Yeah.
significantly.
Yeah, and then he'll just keep on moving, hopefully out of line of sight.
So that brings us to Kree.
So Kree is going to get over here and enjoy the warmth while he can, and hide behind this corner.
Okay. Do you actually want to roll like a stealth check to hide?
I do.
Nice. Yeah. Roll it up.
And I have +10.
Sure do. So 25. It's pretty good.
Helpful.
Yeah. So you kind of melt into the stone etching there, while Morella stands and becomes the center of attention.
I'm also.
We move back outside, and as this light is kind of shining down above you, your sister Elsa, the lady in black, Aelin, she brings her sword back up off her elbow and kind of addresses you in a straight-on pose, and then charges in, but the blow she strikes with first is the one that is her spectral sword, is going to try and hit you first, trying to be tricksy. Corrupted weapon. Does the 16 hit home? It does. It does, yeah. So dealing 4 force damage. And then as she runs in, this is with going to swing with this twice. Dealing quite a bit of damage. She's brutal.
Aren't sisters always?
True. Siblings in general, yes. Yeah. So she begins her onslaught anew, in striking you down. But now she's you've noticed that she's moved closer to you, and now she's kind of hovering over the land area as well.
Yeah, and I think it's important to note that Aelin is like just taking it. Like she's not trying to defend herself or anything. She's just taking each blow.
So yeah, and again, as she does, she begins to kind of smirk in like a victorious smile, and I think that kind of without saying anything, you get the feeling that there is some vindication that is occurring because you're not fighting back. Because of like, this is how she expected it would go. And so, all of her dreams are coming true in this moment. So we move back to Silny. And since you've come running back, Jericho, Silny, like, well, actually, you ran to the other side. So I think that Silny will let's. I want to roll a check for her to see if she knows about this. She knows what's going on. Like a 13's high enough for it. So I think that she notices that there's something occurring here. But she doesn't quite know. She didn't have like run of the palace or anything. So she's not aware of exactly what may be happening. But I think that she's gonna duck out again, because her tactic is move out, hit somebody with a spell, move back in. So she's gonna hit the this guy right here with a chill touch, just a hit. Cool. Yeah, it hits, dealing 13 necrotic damage. She is going to simply move back to her little. That prompts him. He's going to take a step forward, being more bold now. Attacked, knocked.
Was that him getting out of the web, or?
Oh, you know what? He does have to roll for the web. The web is still in that location. That's a good. Fails. Okay, so no, he is trapped. So what I should have done the last time, because I realized this is what happens. He gets trapped, and now he's going to use his action to try and break free.
Got
it. That is how that actually works, and how I should have been doing it. Nope. Cool. He's stuck as shit. There you go. So as he like the web like wraps itself around his legs, and he's kind of like trying to pull himself out, and Noct just kind of like leans around the corner, ready to eat him. Because that's what Noct does.
His snout is sticking around the corner, just sniffing the air.
Yeah, precisely.
Oh god.
So we go back outside during that moment to Aelin, who you've taken a beating again, like getting tossed around the park a little bit, as two avatars would do when they fight.
Yeah, and I think that when she's up close to Aelin's face, she just stares straight at her and just says, "What has happened to you, Elsa? Help me understand." And she just kind of like pushes her back with her mace, not striking her, but trying to just knock her back off of her.
Yeah, so you just shove her back. You can take like the shove action to like get distance if you want to like roll an athletics check or whatever to like try and actually shove her back, so that you can then maybe do something else, or at least put some distance between the two of you mechanically. Yeah, so you go to shove her, and she actually like grabs your hands that are holding the mace in your hand, and she like kind of whispers, but also says it loudly, like kind of like almost spitting it at your face. She says, "But we are bound together, sister. Forever will we be locked in eternal conflict. Why can't you just accept it?" And your shove action does not work.
Yeah, I think that Aelin says, "Then why can't we be bound together in the light?" And just like stares deep into her eyes.
Yeah, and I think that her answer to that is, "Because when you were saved, I made a choice to live." Without any further explanation to the point.
The end of you then, sister.
Yeah, and I think that as we sidle back inside, Daniela probably like Morella, you probably like look at Daniela like, you know, like to flag her down to help you, and like there's a moment where she like goes a step forward and like she kind of braces herself against like the barrel or the bench here, and she kind of like she closes her eyes almost like if she's got a headache, and puts one hand up to it and kind of looks like around, like almost up to the surface, but shakes it clear, and will launch herself back down to stand next to you, Morella. Feeling all of this, she's gonna take a wild stab in the dark here. See how good her wild stab in the dark is. Not great. So she looks at you, Daniela, and she like brings her greatsword up in front of her, and she says, "Is this new beast that we fight?"
I am unsure, but it does seem to be a little warm.
They will face cold steel all the same.
I grin at that.
Yeah. Because Danielle's a badass. So it's Snock's turn.
Snocked is gonna do what Snocked does and reaches snout around the corner and take a bite of this man.
Yeah. Goats. That's my goats.
Or not.
Or
He's
not.
restrained.
That
only provides advantage.
Right, yeah, no. Even then. So, like, instead of, like, taking a bite, he does that thing where, like, he, like, just kind of, like, does, like, the grazing thing that cows do where they just, like, touch their lips over the thing that they want to eat first. And, like, the guy's trying to, like, beat Snocked off with his fists, right? He's, like, pounding him and then, like, trying to pull his legs free of the web. And it's all very comical if it wasn't so dire.
If that man was going to die in less than a minute.
Noct is going to slide backwards and go into this wall here. Because that's what Noct does.
Just start digging into the wall,
burrow.
just... Yeah, you can burrow through that wall. It's much thinner than the like stone walls. You can easily kind of get through it.
That is what he's doing.
In fact, the cool thing is, I can even put you back there.
Oh my god! Okay.
There you go.
Well, that's that.
Even dirt. Look at all that. Look at all that beauty.
That is exciting.
So, the scout's turn, and I don't even think any of you guys can see them. Can you?
No.
Well, I can, but just that's because you haven't put it in the elevator.
Well, yeah, you could probably like poke your head up and look, but you're probably a little busy right now. So they're gonna make their rolls, but they are concerned with something else currently. So strength roll to get out, and then a dex roll to strength roll to get out. Nope. Dex roll to stay good. Nope. And then strength roll to get out. Nope. Okay, so they're both stuck as hell. So, oh my god, it's like I planned all of this. Daniela, her greatsword in both of her arms. Morella, you're in, you've got your shield up, your spear's out. Kree, you're like melded against the wall with your longsword and shield ready to strike. Hannibal, your sleeves are rolled up, your hands are placed out in front of you. The monk is probably like crouched down on this barrel ready to pounce because he sees what all of you are doing. And as that occurs, come bounding around the corner at breakneck speed. The creature that likes, well, maybe you've seen it before.
Wait, I think I have.
Really depends.
Isn't that the thing that attacked?
Oh, but there's not just one of them. There are many.
There are many puppers, many doggos.
And you can see now what the chain noise was, as you see that they all have collars on. And some of them have even bits of chain that is dragging along the ground. And as they come into view, they see you, and they charge. But they're using a dash action.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it should be noted, Kree, that you are still they don't have the perception to. So.
This is. Oh my.
I'm going to try something.
Don't.
And as they come bounding over and they're leaping on you, and like Danielle is getting ready to swing, and Kree you're getting ready to stab, and Morella you're bringing your shield up, and the monk is getting ready to pounce, and Hannibal you're creating your magic. Jericho.
Mm-hmm.
You hear the sound. It sounds like an iron wrought gate being wrenched open.
Oh, good.
And you hear a bestial roar that sounds like it comes from some dire bear living deep in the jungle. It sounds feral and ferocious. And you just barely recognize it as human. And you hear the muted, muffled screams of the scouts in the other room, as you hear, what sounds like bones being broken and flesh being rent. And you can see this guy barely. And he kind of like, he turns around and he drops his spear and he kind of like drops, like falls onto his back and like holds his hands up as you see an individual walk around the corner. And in his hands, he carries, they're not axes, but they are stones that have been scraped and scrabbled away and filed on the ground that he's attached to big poles from table legs. And he holds one in each hand, and he comes up to this individual and he just brings both of them down into his neck on either side. And the soft gurgle happens as he yanks one of these out and yanks the other one out. Now, you of all people recognize this individual. Or he is the White Wolf, the Count.
What's the appropriate way of addressing him,
Middenheim.
Count?
He would be the Count, yes. Or my Lord, obviously, would work as well.
Right.
And as he ends the life of this one, he begins to survey the carnage. And I think that is probably the perfect place to stop.
All right.
I mean, we could just keep going
Fair
and just
enough.
stop.
I don't know, we made a lot of progress today.
Surprising.
Even
We actually saw a map.
even with all of the craziness that was ensuing during the beginning of this session.
Honestly, like the first hour and a half was just us bullshitting. Let's be real.
Listen, we missed 3 weeks. That's what happens with friends, right? You just end up
Yep.
bullshitting for a while.
That's a lot of dogs.
It is a lot of dogs. Yes,
Nah,
a
man.
lot of dogs that are clustered.
correct.
Yeah, we're fine.
You know who else is clustered? All of your friends as well.
Mhm.
Yeah. Also, sorry, Morella and Daniela,
You
going
will
to get
die
some
if
of
you
this.
do anything. I assure you this now. This is not a moment of time that you wish to anger
Daniela will
Morel.
cut you, okay?
Yeah.
Don't you?
True. Also, MVP goes to the monk, who I think killed every single target he attacked today, which is pretty impressive. He had like 4 kills or something like that. I didn't think he was going to be that good. There you go.
The monk.
Yeah,
The monks are insane.
yeah, he's pretty
Once
good.
you get down
Monks
to
are good.
brass tacks.
Pretty good. So, with that being said, this was great. I'm so happy to be back playing this, and it always makes me much happier when I have like all of this kind of stuff planned out and like ready for set pieces, because that's always good. So
Wow.
don't worry, there are 4 more maps with which you can also explore and find other things. So
Looking forward to it.
Snocked is at less than half health. This is sad.
yeah, and you guys have burned quite a few. Well, not quite a few. You've burned some resources.
I haven't burned anything yet. I've just been slaughtering things, and this has been
good.
great.
It's probably good though,
You're
because
welcome.
you may be needed towards the end.
Oh yeah. I'm kind of like, let's not just go guns a-blazing and burn everything that I have at the moment.
As for me, I'm a little bit bummed that I had to burn Misty Step, but I was about to get pelted by 3 more arrows. So.
Yes, you were.
Yeah, no, good call.
You're
So
fine.
Snocked is totally canon now. It's his new name.
Yeah, it's totally fine. 100% okay. So experience for everyone except the Brit. He's gonna start next arc behind. Can you guys believe it?
Brutal.
He's not
That's
going to
brutal.
start at the same level.
Disappointing. Although we have to, I mean, obviously there's conversations to be had. We'll figure out what we're doing, but let's focus on finishing this one up first, perhaps, because we still have probably a good 2 to 3 sessions left. So
Yeah. Okay. Well, when we're talking about inspiration, I'm immediately going to try to award it to Aelin.
yeah, inspiration time. So it's 1 vote for Aelin.
I'm gonna go for Jericho.
My vote would be for Jericho.
Thank you.
Well, you guys get to give out 2, so it sounds like 2 votes for Jericho means Jericho, you get inspiration. And I heard a vote for Aelin, so I guess Aelin gets inspiration as well.
Inspiration game. My
I'll
ass
second
kicked
that.
today.
Well,
There
it's
wasn't
really a
enough
choice of
stuff happening.
it's a choice of 2, right? Or 3, I guess technically. I think I got to go with Hannibal on this one.
Yeah, he did kind of blow up that one mage instantaneously.
Yeah, well, it wasn't only that. It was
Hannibal
just like I feel like Hannibal, for some reason, in this particular session, you've been like a little bit more serious than perhaps past missions that you've been on with the rest of the crew. And maybe that's due to the fact that it's so important. And I like the little subtle change in character, perhaps. So
It's more that Hannibal's been thinking about shit. Having met so many people similar to him.
Right.
Question was this an accident?
Yeah. So there you go. And now it appears that the White Wolf, while heavily not really in fighting shape, he's basically just running off rage at this point.
It's okay. He's here to save us.
Yeah, well, he's here to do something for sure.
I don't know about save us.
Noct popping out of the wall right next to him probably would not just be the greatest idea. I'm just throwing it out there as a maybe.
Oh yeah, we can definitely stop that from happening.
Maybe
not a good idea.
Maybe not a good idea.
Maybe.
I mean, maybe the head first, and then the rest of him.
I think that's the scariest part.
I think it'd probably be better if Jericho just went first, and then let's let Jericho do his job, so that we don't all get killed by the raging berserker Count, who is pretty powerful with his homemade stone axes that he made in prison.
Really take shiv making seriously.
He's going around stabbing everybody with prison shanks.
Yeah, prison shank axes. Yeah, prison cleavers. There you go.
No, I love the thought that this guy was it's much easier to make a shank, but he makes a shank and he's like, no, this is useless. And he just carpets a fucking axe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the kind of person he is. So
that's how we chose our king.
It's true.
All hail.
Dude, this guy's basically the Iron Man from the original one.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
exactly
I'm not sure this is quite the level of technological development.
Listen, this is a little bit of a step up. Like, I will admit, that was one of my favorite things, was the insane response Tony Stark had. Was like, they want me to build me weapons. What do? Fucking build a suit of armor.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's kind of the same sort of thing. It's like, I'm in prison. What do? Fucking make stone axes. Yeah.
So we will pick this up right where we left off next week. We should all be good to play next week, right? In fact,
probably.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm good.
The 8th should be good, and then the 15th is a no-go for me. But we'll talk about the rest of the days, because Christmas is actually on a Monday, so there's a possibility we might have a game one of those weeks, because it's pretty far out from those things. But obviously, I'm not gonna screw anybody out of seeing family out of getting to play D&D. So
yeah.
So we're good. The 8th, 15th is a no, but the
15th is a hard no. Yeah.
22nd, how are people looking?
Unsure.
Monday, the Christmas is on a weird day this year.
Right, it's on a Monday, so it's like kind of, we might be able to play, but we can work all that out in Discord later. I want to release you guys and have a good time, and thank you all for being here, and thank you all for showing up again. It's a lot of fun.
Thank you for running.
This has
Bye,
been
guys.
It's been fun, and we'll do it again next week. Bye, everybody. Bye. All right, thank you all for being here. It's been a wonderful hell of a time. I hope you all enjoyed yourselves tremendously. This is the conclusion of episode 11. I suspect we will have maybe 2 or 3 more episodes, depending on how fast they get through the combats. And beyond that, it is just back to the grind of D&D, and I'm glad you all could be here with us and experience it. And I hope you all are enjoying yourself. Please feel free to please, not even feel free. Please let me know if you're enjoying it. Please let me know if you hate it. Feedback is very, very important, especially when the community of mine is so small and delicate. So I'd really like to hear from you guys, so let me know. And we'll see you guys next time on the Siege of Middenheim. Bye!